Ah, one great Nintendo franchise that everyone doesn't forget, Kirby. The Kirby series has always been interesting. It follows the adventures of Kirby, a pink puffball, to fight the big bad guy at the end. And basically, this world takes place in Dreamland, or Planet Popstar, if you will. There's a lot of great Kirby games like Kirby 64, Kirby Amazing Mirror, Kirby Superstar, but one game that cannot be forgotten is Kirby's Adventure, one of the greatest Kirby games of the NES. It truly is a great game and has really, been great ever since. While I could, play the remake Nightmare in Dreamland, I think we're gonna play the original just for old time's sake. Kirby is really interesting. What does Kirby do? Well, here's an explanation. Kirby can absorb the powers of his enemies and get use their powers in general. Like for example, what he just absorbed was an enemy and their power. Here's the copy ability Spark, and copy abilities are basically abilities that you can use. Ice, which can freeze enemies. And really, it's very interesting in general. So, we're going to be playing this game, and we're going to see how this game is really good in general. And by the way, don't expect me to review Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland after this. Anyways, let's start the game. Vegetable Valley, the first level. Or the first area, I should say. Here's the first level. I didn't want that. Okay, space is there. Okay, now I'm getting a bit used to the controls. Alright, got wheel. That's good enough. Anyways, basically the first level of the... Oh, shoot. just as I was about to explain. Well, there goes my Billy. Well, that sucks. I'm hurting myself, alright? J's jump. Alright, fire's good enough. Oh, press the wrong button. Anyways, like I said before, this game is, unique with its copy abilities. And, the copy abilities are very interesting. They're a really neat mechanic. Because in the original, the first Kirby game didn't have that. First Kirby game didn't have that. What was it, Kirby Dreamland? Yeah, Kirby Dreamland did not have copy abilities, as far as I remember. And, this is a really interesting game. This really shows how the Kirby franchise is mainly unique in its own right. There should be a secret right here, if I'm not mistaken. See, yes, there are lives. You don't have, unlimited lives unless, you mess up, cheat the game. I'm used to playing fan games like this, fan games with WASD, but not, original games because they would always use. And here we got the famous copy ability, UFO. Straight out, nice ability. Or whoever does not like this ability, must be crazy. Well, actually, no, if you don't like it, that's fine, but... You can use a beam whip. You can shoot out lasers. UFO was really cool. UFO is an interesting ability, and it didn't return until Kirby's Kirby Planet Robobot, I believe. Anyways, and here at the end, you can, if you push A hard enough, you can go up to the top, and it gives you a 1-up. It's really cool. Oh, there's also mini games, and you know, you can get lives by also playing mini games. It's really interesting. And pick this one up. Oh. This is very frustrating. Yeah. I suck at the crane game. I'm kinda good at the bottom game, so don't worry. Alright, so I'm going to level 2. This features the ability of Crash and Cutter, and if you don't know these two abilities, then let me give you an explanation. Cutter and Crash are basically, you know, good abilities, I guess, later on. Cutter allows you to throw boomerangs, and Crash, you know, allows you to do Crash allows you to do this, you know, giant explosion, and really, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And here we have the boss, and those Poppy Brothers Jr. Cool. Let me grab your bombas. Let me. We have Crash. Alright, let's see how this ability works. Yeah, that's basically what happens. Bunch of explodey crap. You know. Oh. Oh. Alright, so I think this is gonna be a double review. And I think it's time to play let's see here. Aha, the remake. Remake is a really cool. Kirby Nightmare Dreamland is a really cool remake. It's really interesting. Basically, the first Kirby GBA game, if I'm not mistaken. That is very adorable. So you have 4 options right here. Erase a file. We don't have a file yet. Sound test. There's no favorite tunes. There's mini games like Quick Draw, Bomb Relay, Kirby's Air Grind. But we're gonna start the main game. And it's just like how it's in the original game. Just a bit update, just you know, update graphics, and you know. Like, this game looks really good, if I have to be honest. Oh. No. Light is very useless. Alright, fire's good enough. And they basically changed the design for Kirby whenever he got copy ability. Like for fire, instead of, having his, like, skin color being changed, he actually has, like, a fire crown, which is pretty cool, I would say. Oh, hey, buddy, what are you doing? And they still have the secret from the original game. Yeah, let's not, I don't think it works anymore. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Oh. But it is still great of its time. For Kirby, when he gets the beam ability, he wears a jester hat. It's really nice how the designs, change from each Kirby game. While the game has some differences from the original, this game's really still great. You just have to be honest. And you have Bomb Rally, level 1. And when the computer is and one computer is gone, they basically turn into a little ball thing. And I won. You also get 3 lives from this, I remember. Anyways, I'm gonna go to level 2. Oh. Ow. And the designs were also kind of changed too. Yeah, the enemies are the mini bosses are a bit bigger now, like Poppy Brothers right here. Reminder that the bomb ability was not in until Superstar. And yes, it is a veteran ability, however, it was not in the original Kirby's Adventure or the remake. And here's Crash. It's way more destructive than it was before, so yeah, here's an example. That was close. And and for Spark, Ice, and Fire, Kirby basically has like a crown defining which ability he has. This is not Plasma. Plasma is a different ability despite having similarities with, Spark. And here we have the famous sword ability. We also have Sword Kirby. As you can see here, Sword Kirby, the sword has range, and you can do a sword flip with this. Not to mention Kirby can do this. Really interesting. And if you didn't know the Legend of Zelda reference already with the hat and the, The sword Kirby's holding, and wow, you must not know your references, but I'm not gonna blame you or judge you on that, for that matter. And here we have Burning, the original, another copy ability that is similar to fire but isn't like fire at all. It became part of the moveset for fire, as opposed to a lot of stuff like freeze and plasma. How are plasmas back in like Kirby Star Allies, which really surprises me. Anyways, oh wow, that was rude. Then again, what else did I expect? These are enemies. And we got ice. Not bad. For here, Kirby has an ice crown and does change skin. Unlike fire or spark that Hey, hey, hello mate. What are you doing? Oh, wow, you are and I'm about to lose life here. And just push you away. I'm glad I froze him before I even, got the chance to get that Maxim Tomato. Yep. And finally got one. Yeah. And here we have, the museum, which, you can get copy abilities for free. It's pretty interesting. For here, I'm just gonna get sword. Just because I like the copy ability itself. Now, this is where they introduced one certain copy ability. And here we have the copy ability Freeze, which was basically the separate ice ability before it became part of Ice's moveset. Basically, Kirby, he generates a ice force field around him, and whenever enemies get near it, they they get frozen no matter what. And you can also put the ice ice cubes too. And here we have another famous copy ability. We have Needle. Needle allows Kirby to basically like this caterpillar right here with spikes. Basically, Kirby Sprout has a helmet and changes his skin to yellow. So when Kirby gets this helmet, he can generate spikes around him. That's really amazing. He can also do it in the air, which basically a safety force. And this is the I believe the hyper power up, which allows Kirby to it basically gives Kirby invincibility, except when it's bottomless pits. There you go. One more to do. The boss. And you all know what this is. Wispy Woods. That was pretty easy. I love doing that. So yeah. Anyways guys, this was Kirby's Adventure / Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. I hope to see you all tomorrow, or Sunday, for that matter. Bye, guys.